Hello, Crypto World. I hope everybody's been doing good out there. It's let's see, 10:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on 11/22/2019. Was a great day today for me, at least, and it's going good. It was my brother's birthday, and it was a blast. Anyways, let's get into the news. You've got Lesotho. Every time I look at that name, I pronounce it wrong. But anyway, may have a blockchain-powered government through Apollo. The big news about this, anybody that's an Apollo not knows this. Okay, it's been, a couple weeks now, 3 weeks, that this was announced, the MOU for Lesotho. There we go. And with the article that just came out, though, this is what you need. Mainstream Bitcoin news. When I say Bitcoin news, it's any site that starts off with Bitcoin, and in the crypto world, yeah, pretty much. And they're usually just dedicated to that. If you look at the top, you can see they have quite a bit of different things up here. But with the breakdown that they've done on this is one of the best ones yet about the MOU in Lesotho. And I don't want to go into reading the whole article because we have a lot of this to talk about, but I'll list it down below. You can see here blockchain is still widely revered as a financial form of the technology for the most part, it can service other industries, i.e. supply chains. Walmart, hello. Sadly, the technology hasn't been widely explored in these areas, except for Walmart. But Apollo is looking to change all of that. What Apollo is doing in Lesotho to help the government, which also is helping the people with debit cards and walk-in locations, huge. You got to read this article, please, listed down below. The market at the moment, you've got Bitcoin at 72.88. ETH at 151, XRP at 23. The market is going to change, folks. 196 billion in the market, 34 in the daily volume. So the daily's gone up quite a bit, but you can see not much has gone on with the coins. A little bit of an upsurge, and then down she went a bit. What I said in the beginning, here we're talking about this, the things are going to change. 2 years ago-ish, I said that basically this would change because less garbage would be at the top. You would have more and more good coins only at the top. Very few, as I call it, fluff, having anything to do with the crypto world. Go bye-bye, poof. Okay? What's going to happen soon with what Apollo is doing in Africa, with Lesotho, and more we'll talk about shortly, with more governments that they're signing and going to. 2 more governments that they're not even on the roadmap they're going to see in the next 2 weeks. When you get all this going, and it's not happening in like down the road a year or 2 later. No. This is happening near future. So you're talking about getting into the ground floor and something, and it's already starting to gel massively. Why? Apollo for the last 2 years. Fastest network in the world. 1 to 2 seconds. Most private with a public option. Comments were made, well, how can Apollo do government stuff with a privacy blockchain? No, folks. It's privacy with a public option. And you have also, they're working with government-styled sections of the blockchain. So they can have it where they're like, basically with the debit cards and all the use by the people, with their light wallets and things like that. That's all going to be tailored for governments. Apollo's doing it. So down the road, you're going to see where Apollo has nothing to do with Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin's dominance in the market. Basically, when it goes down, most other coins do. Look at the graph over here to the left. Okay, watch. Look at it. The stable coins will always show you, woo, there we go, okay, hanging around $1. But then look at the graph over to the left. Can you see what I mean? It's almost mirrored with Bitcoin's actions. So when you see that dominance and that effect, That's not going to happen with Apollo. Once they basically start getting the African people buying, Apollo's building this centralized exchanges where they're going to be linked to all the national, I should say, the African currencies. People are going to start buying the Apollo in through the walk-in exchanges also, and using and buying and using. The government's going to be using Apollo to better the economies in different sections of the governments. Lesotho's first. More and more coming. This is going to gel so much that with the volume out of that huge 1.2 billion continent, there's going to be a lot of people using Apollo. That's going to drive this price up, up, up. That's going to keep it separate from Bitcoin, not having any effect on Apollo. Apollo is going to be its own beast, and it's going to be working to the top of the charts. This market's going to change in 2020, and Apollo is going to be right up there. Watch this short little 1 minute. You'll see what I mean. It's a taste of what Apollo is doing in Africa.
An MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, has been established between Apollo and the Lesotho government to begin the design and development of solutions for a number of government systems and initiatives. This MOU is a historic achievement for the advancement of blockchain technology, making Apollo one of the first cryptocurrencies to achieve an MOU of this level with the government of a nation. Additionally, Apollo will be setting up exchanges and physical headquarters within the nation of Lesotho. These solutions can then be implemented into any nation, with Lesotho well established as a launchpad for the rest of Africa.
Apollo are you ready?
Yep. Getting it on the ground floor, like I said, and having what you're doing with Apollo's working for you in Africa and beyond, because they're not just dealing with Africa. They're going to be going into hyperinflation countries where there's 0% inflation coin that they have, and Venezuela could be one of them that's having issues with petro. I'll get my drift. If you know anything about petro currency in Venezuela, it's not doing anything. And speaking of that too, when you look at this article here, crypto will see a huge wave of tech firm interest in 2020. Apollo's got a hiring coming up and announced on December 3rd of a large, and I do see, from what they're saying, a big influencer. Well, guess what? Who's it going to be? Tech influencer, blockchain influencer. Adam Back, Adam Ludwig. Going down the list. Oh my God, it could be even. No, really? No. Come on, Blythe Masters. Maybe Blythe Masters. Or could it be Brad joining in with Apollo? No, that's never going to happen because he's got XRP and it's keeping him too busy. Used to be with Yahoo years ago. Nope, not going to happen. But guess what? When you look at the people that are influential in blockchain, that's going to be somebody that's coming to Apollo. We don't know who it is yet. Could be some of the African blockchain influencers, the big ones that they have. Karanja, Kunel. There's so many of them here. If you do a little Google search, you can find the biggest blockchain influencers. Somebody big is coming to Apollo. And like I said, Apollo's doing so much, the all-in-one. Yeah, they're going to make 2020 be huge for crypto. Because why? They are basically what they did with the Lesotho and signing that to work in all different departments of the government. That's massive. Massive. The crypto community is divided over why the Lightning Network hasn't seen more adoption. Well, guess what? Another thing too, when you look at what is in business and you look at adoption, you got to have something popular. New businesses that start up in the world, a lot of them don't succeed after the first year. Poof, they go out. You got to have something that's going to grab, and like I said, Look at Google. Look at, Amazon. Look at the different things. Look at Apple. You got to have something that's going to be big and grab and get into something like that. And not something like this, 4.3 million in cryptocurrency seized from New Zealand digital pirate. One of my subs lives down in New Zealand, all kinds of gains, and this is 4.3 million in cryptocurrency stash. Holy mackerel. Yeah, I haven't read the article fully yet, but I understand what goes on with the piracy. I think it was a movie piracy. Criminals. But hey, anyway, bad stuff. Now, when you have the progress in the DAG consensus protocol. Speaking of Apollo, have I mentioned Apollo? There in 2020, which is just coming up in another month and a week, you've got them working on converting their most advanced network they have right now, with the fastest and the most private, and loaded to the hilt with features, going to the DAG consensus protocol, post-blockchain, leading technology. This is why, in my opinion, this new guy is coming to Apollo. He's going to be working with this big time and promoting it. And this is what you need. DAG with 1 million TPS also. I'm not going to try to get you dizzy here, but low transaction fees, nano transactions and micropayments, scalability, all that is part of DAG. And Apollo's got it being built into their network for next year. Hodlers are in the money despite Bitcoin's drop to 6-month lows. Yeah, you are. Bitcoin for the last year is up. And this downturn that you have right now is going to happen. It's, in my opinion, I said it a week ago. It's going to be like this for a while because you're in the mode here and it's going into the holidays. People are spending their money on the stuff. You get the gifts. Not a lot going into crypto. So you've got, this is going to be buy time. Wait for it to come down a little bit more. That buy time. And when you get some good stuff, make your decisions, do your own research. But the market's going to change in 2020. And when you look back at these low prices, you may wish that you got in at this time. You just may. So just to recap, Apollo Currency signs MOU with the nation of Lesotho and has the create new wealth in the private sector by harnessing Apollo FinTech. Yep. Design and implement new government systems, reduce financial crime, maximize commercialization of the nation's mineral wealth, huge, eradicate challenges like unemployment, poverty, and people go, yeah, right, Paul's going to be able to do that? Yes, by working with the government and all the different departments of the government, yes, making it more efficient and providing different programs that can help the people, including the debit card for the people that are unbanked, and walk-in locations for them to bank with the Apollo banks? Yep. You betcha. Minister of Communications, Science and Technology, country of Lesotho. And Steve, the first meeting they had, he came to South Africa at the ADF building, which is partnered with Apollo. Okay? He came and traveled to meet them. And then he went back to Lesotho, which of course is surrounded by South Africa. But guess what? That's what he did. They didn't go first to Lesotho. He came to see them. Two new countries have contacted Apollo to have them come visit. Yeah, the ones that are not on the roadmap. And Apollo has what, 12, 14 on the roadmap? 2 new ones. And they're going in the next 2 weeks to go talk to them. That shows you how popular in Africa Apollo is. And 2 weeks later, Steve went to Lesotho and met the Prime Minister. Yep. And that's how you got the first deal done. Well, ladies and gentlemen, all I can say is that when you have the all-in-one, who has a DEX built into their wallet, the all-in-one wallet, download it, check it out. This is being updated with a black mode and BTC sometime in the near future. Then you have what they're doing with the all-in-one. It's fun talking about Apollo because they have so much to talk about. The all-in-one features built into the wallet, the DEX that you can use and exchange with no KYC, no verification. Yeah, and you gotta watch this short little thing.
Is an all-in-one digital currency which combines the features of mainstream cryptocurrencies into one platform. Apollo has made history by becoming the first project to utilize sharding on an active blockchain. In 2020, the foundation will focus on achieving true mass adoption via its national currency initiative. The initial target is the continent of Africa, where the foundation has partnered with ADF Group to pitch to all 54 nations on the continent of 1.2 billion people. This is big. The foundation is also developing tools for mass adoption, including a light wallet app. The mobile app will have a QR code as well as merchant features. This will help Apollo to gain merchant adoption globally. Apollo's aims are pretty ambitious, to say the least. It aims to become the all-in-one crypto for all use cases. If it manages to achieve these goals, it could be on its way to become one of the top cryptocurrencies in the future. Definitely one to keep your eye on.
Ding dong. Sub-second speed coming. 1 to 2 seconds at the moment. Sub-second soon. The Apollo situation with its all-in-one and what they're doing, this new person that they're announcing December 3rd, it's going to take them to a new level, in my opinion. Hopefully it's more where they get out there and this individual goes and promotes on mainstream media and everything else to get the word out there. Because right now Apollo is building and the word's getting out there with major media coverage on websites, crypto websites. But you also need like Brad when he's out there on TV and other things like that. AJ Moore does a great job, but you need more and more of a larger personality that is well known to get the job done. Apollo app for marketing, Apollo Africa is the future. And it's, you look here when Steve talks, I know the market may not be favorable. Yep, apart from everything else, we are visiting 2 new countries. We just talked about that. Things are happening faster than we originally thought possible. Ding dong. Including this new initiative has started, Senegal. Very large country too, a lot of people. This is how, when you look at the roadmap and what they did with the Sutu initiatives, that's what they did it. Zimbabwe was going good, but then they decided to do their own little $2 and $5 issue of currency. Apollo's still working with them on a digital solution also. But this is how they did it. Initiatives started with each country, and boom. Be prepared for 10 plus countries that Apollo signs. Be prepared for volume with these centralized exchanges. Apollo's innovation, kicking butt. This GIF, I am going to put this up in stages of when Apollo signs new countries and the price keeps going up, up, and up. We're going to use that to enjoy the all-in-one. There it is, folks. This is why Apollo dominates. And when you look at 2020, mark my words, at the end of 2020, we're all going to be going, we're at the top. Apollo's building it, and they will come. And that is a rush. So, ladies and gentlemen, all I can say is, it's very low price right now. Bitmart, IDEX Pro, System Coin, Altilli, or whatever. Yeah, that one. Coming soon to LA Token. Digifinex and Bitmart and IDEX Pro are the main ones. And when you look at what the African people are going to get, and their debit cards that they can load up and spend, this is called adoption, folks. Adoption. You can say mass adoption. I'll say adoption by the people in large numbers. That's what's going to happen. And that's why the future is going to be so bright for the machine of Apollo. Everybody, have a great one. Any updates, I'll have them for you.
For the eyes of the world now look into space, to the moon, and to the planets beyond. and we have vowed that we shall not see it governed by a hostile flag of conquest, but by a banner of freedom.
To the right a little. Down a half. Okay, Neil, we can see you coming down the ladder now. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.